Hello, my name is Al-Khemi and I'm a poet, a spoken word artist. I live in the UK and today I'd like to share some of my work with you. I hope that you'll really enjoy it. When Patty asked me if I wanted to get involved, I jumped on the opportunity because I think this is such a worthy cause and I really believe that we should encourage the younger generation as much as we can to write. So hopefully I can share some of my work and it will inspire you to write some of your own. Okay, without any further ado, my first poem that I'd like to share with you today is called Throat. There was once a lump in my throat. It had been there for a long time, but I couldn't get it out. My mind was constantly on walkabout, just trying to figure out what was with this lump in my throat. I thought it could be frustration, or maybe it was self-doubt. It could have been a frog because every time I spoke, it sounded more like a croak. I would clear my throat. I'd try to swallow, but it would just reflow. I'd retch and I'd spit, but nothing would come out. It was driving me crazy and it was making me choke. And eventually it started to affect the way that I spoke. So I walked around telling everyone that my throat was broke. But I hadn't considered the thoughts that I'd invoked, nor the negative implications that they provoked. You see, I was just walking around with a lump in my throat. That was until I found out it wasn't just a physical lump in my throat. It was a manifestation of a personal drought. I was dried, cracked, and dying with no clear antidote. See, I had no vision to promote, as if I was sailing with no life coat, so I was too afraid to speak out in case I rocked the boat, and then I fell out. So I was afraid of drowning, but still drowning in self-doubt. So fear, that's what this whole thing was about. And just like that, I'd figured it out. Then, out of my own mouth, a spring of self-expression started to spout. Unexplored thoughts and feelings started to sprout. Voices of healing coursed throughout my body and its entire layout. My whisper, it turned into a shout, and as I spoke, I also wrote. And this is my story. This is my anecdote. There is no lump in my throat. I retched and I retched, and I finally spat it out. Thank you. So the next piece that I'm going to share with you guys today is called Choose to Challenge. I wrote this piece for Women's International Month when it was the theme was Choose to Challenge. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it too. Choose to challenge. At times I rise, and before absorbing the beauty of the sunrise, I think of all the pain that caused my ancestors' cries. I realize we live in a world that is perpetrated on lies. So I'm constantly wondering about the hows, the whats, and the whys. Like, why? Why do we advertise the pain of the disenfranchised? And why do we normalize little black bodies covered in flies? What if we learn to humanize and to compromise? And what if we actually focus on Black lives? Or how? How could you choose to be someone wise? Or how could I get you to realize? See, when they say civilize, what they really mean is colonize. And now they claim that all lives matter, but they don't really empathize. What they fail to realize is that all struggles are not the same. Some are more emphasized. But that's the thing with oppression. Those who dehumanize, they tend to get desensitized. But I will never apologize for fighting to be recognized. I refuse to further let you demonize me, yet you see a demon looking in my eyes that you've internalized. But I assure you, no demon resides. See, I rebuke it so I no longer have to agonize. I refuse to further idolize the poisons that you standardize. I choose to vandalize. I choose to scribble upon the walls of the systems you monopolize. I choose to disorganize. I choose to destabilize the economies that you monetize, and I will not allow you to trivialize my value. No, I won't allow you to jeopardize this divine enterprise. I choose to maximize the impact of my feminine merchandise and rearrange this world so we can cultivate instead of criminalize. I choose to vocalize. My voice is strong enough to paralyze. I choose to pressurize so that the truth will always be decentralized. And if I have to terrorize in order for my dreams to be actualized, I will. I will not apologize. Instead, I choose to evangelize. I choose to challenge oppression. So this should come to you as no surprise. I choose to challenge oppression. Because what else could I do to open your eyes? Thank you. Okay, so my final piece that I want to share with you guys today is actually one of my favorite pieces to perform. It's called When They Come For Me, and this piece was actually just written for fun. It was a writing prompt that I got in a room where we write poetry. And yeah, I just had fun with it. So yeah, I like to share that with you guys today, if you don't mind. When they come for me. When they come for me, I smile. But then I get serious. There's no time to be humorous. See, I'm notorious for busting doors, so I make them delirious. Another one bites the dust when they come for me. And when they try to check me, I say, go check out my ancestry. Only strong women grew from my family tree. I am cut from linen, stitched with melanin. You can't deny my pedigree. I am superhero parading as villain. I'll be cutting all the pleasantries. I come camouflaged in this dark skin, so they can't see me. I hit them up with humility. Left, right, jab, uppercut, end up looking like a tragedy. It's the audacity for me. Shit makes no sense to me. I only sense failure in their reasoning capacity, so it's a fallacy when they come for me. But since they want to come for me, let me introduce me. I go by the name Al-Khemi. I'm a whole god, not just demi. I embody kinetic energy. I'm the epitome of perfection. A divine fusion of science and magic. They call me dramatic, but this transmutation is always organic. I'm messianic with an aristocratic flair, and I'm not Midas, but I got gold everywhere. So there's no getting prepared, because when I come for you, it's nothing typical. It's over and over like cyclical. I'm too cynical for correct etiquette. I have no eloquence. Shit will get biblical like the pestilence, straight out the Old Testaments. I have no patience. So if you still want to call me underprivileged after seeing the power I just exhibited, when I come for you, I come through like a rapid. So your bigoted arguments will get depleted and considered invalid. So don't come for me, and I won't come for you. Okay, boo? Thank you. So that was my final piece. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some more of my work, please feel free to follow me on Instagram at Queen Jodie, or Al-Khemi, which is basically Al-Khemi. It's the same on Twitter. And it's also the same on TikTok. So thank you again for listening, and thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed it, and yay, have a great day.